welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick for the City of Hampton, and today we're going to focus on the BMX track out at Gosnold's Hope Park. It's a multi-generational, athletic, fun hangout, and with me I have two generations of a three-generational family who races. Martin Casey, welcome, and Bobby Powell.
Hi.
Now, you know, when I think of the BMX track, I think of teenagers. You guys aren't really teenagers, but you got into it because of your kid who was actually a preteen when he started,
Correct.
right?
Grant, yeah.
How did that come about? How did the interest spark, and how did you get involved?
Well, my oldest Grant wanted to get into bike racing, or jumping dirt jumps.
Dirt jumps, okay.
So I looked online and found out there was a Hampton BMX track with hills, so I brought him out here and got into it and kind of stuck with it since then.
And how did he start? How did you start? You just bought the bike, or he already had a bike?
We bought a new bike. Actually, it was the wrong type of bike for racing, but it was just one of those bikes from Walmart. And we came out there and realized, found out about the sport, and everybody out there was very helpful in teaching us about the track and the sport itself. So they kind of guided us into picking out the right bike for him.
So he got involved. Did his younger brother get involved, or
yes.
not quite right away?
Not right away. He was when his younger brother was 4 at the time.
Okay, that's a little early.
A little early, but toward the end of the year when we first started, he was still racing. He started racing on the track at 4 years old.
Wow.
So it was pretty neat.
Wow. Now, how long did it take for you to get roped in?
A couple months.
Really?
Yeah,
That's all?
Not long, yeah.
Were you a bike rider before? Were
I was.
you athletic? Okay.
I raced road bikes and mountain bikes.
Ah, so it was kind of a natural for you.
It was. This was supposed to be a stepping stone for my kids to get into that, but
So instead of your kids growing into your sport, you grew into theirs.
Exactly. Well, it's pretty addicting. So
it is.
The atmosphere out there is very nice.
Well, Martin, how did you get roped in?
Well,
You're not a spring chicken, no offense.
No. Grandkids were out racing, and the wife and I were going to the races and doing a little traveling when they were traveling and watching the races. And I was working out, running, biking on the road, and decided I'd possibly work this into my workout routine. So I started riding at the track, got better, and then Bobby talked me into racing, so that's how I got started.
That's pretty fun, and I hear you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good this year.
And there's different age groups that you race in, so you're not racing against, the 4-year-olds and the 16-year-olds. But your age group needs a few more participants.
Yeah, we need some help.
A few more 61 and up, right?
Yes. I'm in the age group 61 and over, and I'm over to 61 and don't have anybody to race. So I usually race 51 and over.
That is very impressive, actually, that you're doing, as well as you are. And you've come in, you place in that age group, right? Don't be shy.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
How are you ranked?
Locally at the track, I'm 3rd. In the district, I'm 6th, and nationally 12th.
That is really impressive. And it seems like, okay, I'm not very good at exercise in the first place, but it seems like a really vigorous workout. But yet, as you noted, it's probably easier on your joints than running because you're not putting all that weight on it and pounding them quite so much.
Yeah, my knees and legs is a lot better off than it was when I was running. And it's a sprint. It only lasts about a minute.
Oh, okay. But you have to train. I mean, you have to have that stamina, so I'm sure you ride longer distances, too.
I ride longer distances. I go to the track at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times. If I'm not at the track working out, I'll go to spin classes at the YMCA. So I'm working out, doing something 5 days a week.
So this really is good for everyone from 4 to above 61, we'll say. You're going to keep racing, though, right? Is there a 71 and up division?
No, 61 and over.
You're going to have to keep competing against the young folks, even
the young guys, yeah.
So this is physically very good for you. It's athletic. It also, and I think part of the reason I think of it as the extreme sports, the dirt bike things, that's very much has this young people vibe.
Correct. Yeah.
And it attracts young people, right? Why is that?
Because of the adrenaline rush you get from coming out of the gate, competing against your peers to the first turn.
And I'm thinking this is the kind of adrenaline rush you want your 14-year-old to have. You
Oh, absolutely.
don't want them out looking for something that is less socially acceptable,
Sure.
that provides that excitement. You want to give them the excitement while you're there, while you're watching, and while you're participating.
Right. They call it controlled chaos for 38 seconds. So it's riding on the edge as fast as you can, going over the jumps and whatnot for about 30 to 38 seconds.
So if I want to come out and watch, what does that involve? You guys have races almost every weekend, right?
Pretty much almost every weekend. We take about 2 weeks off, and then we have the rain out. So we're averaging about 48 weeks a year of racing.
It's in the back corner of Gosnold's Hope Park. You can be in the park and almost not even know it's there.
Absolutely.
Much less if you live anywhere else in the city. I mean, it is, you're off there by yourself. You know all the people who participate. I mean, it's probably a very much of a family club kind of atmosphere.
It is very family friendly, and it does feel like a club. We would like to promote the track more. We wish there was more visible signs out there. The city's done a good job with putting the Hampton BMX track on a sign on the main road.
Oh
pointing
yeah,
back there,
yeah.
so.
They've done those wayfinding signs. That should
Correct.
help some.
So the more signs we get out there, hopefully more people can find out about it and get involved.
So does it cost to attend a race?
To attend, no, just come out and spectate. It's totally free.
So people who are maybe thinking, my kid might like this, maybe I like this, can just come on a Saturday night, show up, watch the race.
Absolutely.
And suppose they want to test out the track. Not
Sure.
race yet, but, just test it out.
Well, it's just on a city park, so they can come out during the week anytime we don't have an event or not raining, and they can ride the track at their leisure.
What a great thing. For
is.
kids especially
It is.
your summer, you're kind of hanging around. I know a kid who actually lives where he can ride his bike over
Okay.
and use the track, and it burns up a lot of energy.
It does.
Kids have a lot of energy.
Yes, they do, for sure.
So you guys travel, right?
We travel as well. We do the regional and national races that we go to and compete at.
Okay, now I don't know sports at all very well, much less BMX, but there's a couple of names from this Hampton track that people in BMX world might recognize. You said there's a woman at Fort Eustis.
Correct. Ariel Martin.
And
She's a former Olympian, and she's an elite women's racer, and she's moved to the East Coast from the West Coast.
So she comes down to our track periodically and is also coaching Olympians now,
Yeah, she's
right?
coaching Olympians and other elite racers. She travels out west to Chula Vista to Olympic training here quite often.
Wow. And what a great role model for our girls, too.
It is,
To see
absolutely.
that, there's a variety of sports that they can be involved in and to
Sure.
have that successful model.
Yes.
And then one of our local kids has turned pro.
Yep, Andrew Townsend.
And how's he doing?
He's doing really well. His first pro race he won up in Maryland. Then we went to South Park, which is a really big national for us on the East Coast, and he ended up getting second on the first day out there. So
That is so cool.
very exciting to watch and see.
Now, this track that many people don't know about is actually really well known in the BMX world, right?
Yes, yeah, we've been around for 30 years. All the parents and the volunteers out there have really made a name for it. And last year we were named the top 10 track on the East Coast.
That is, that's a big deal.
It was very exciting, yeah.
It helps Hampton's tourism efforts because you don't just serve Hampton residents. People are coming in for these races from all over, right?
All over the East Coast. Even on a weekly basis, we're bringing people in from all of the 7 cities. So it's not just the Hampton riders and residents that come here. People are coming from all over around.
And people come and sometimes stay in our motels, eat at the
Correct.
restaurants, so there's a tax benefit
Sure,
as well.
yeah, if you want to see it that way, absolutely. You're always getting ice and drinks from the 7-Eleven and the gas station to fill up on gas. So. But when they do come from out of town, when we have Thursday and Friday night races, will come and stay overnight at the hotels.
Okay, so it's every Saturday night, but you also have other races periodically.
Sure. During the summer, we have a 10-week race series on Thursday nights. It's called the Summer Sizzler Series. It's kind of like a competitive series that they compete for a big cup at the end of the series.
Oh, neat. So it's mostly local or regional people who come back every week, like a points thing? Or
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's district points that for every race they participate in, kind of gets calculated toward the end of the series.
And how many, Hampton kids do you think, and I know you don't have an exact count, but,
Sure.
regularly race?
Regularly, it's about 50 to 70 on a weekly basis.
Now, and I said kids, and I don't mean to exclude you all. How many Hampton people?
Hampton residents, sure.
Hampton residents. Okay.
Yep. And then, but we average between 80 to 120 riders per week. So,
And that's probably a lot of different people coming from different places based on
Correct.
what kind of race it is and all that.
sure. Yeah, when we have multi-point races, we usually draw in over 200 riders.
All right. So how does a race go? Is it by age group?
It's broken down by proficiency and age groups.
Oh, okay.
So the new riders are not competing with the riders that have been racing for 8, 10, 15 years. So it gives them a chance to learn, race other riders with their skill sets and compete and do well. And then as they earn points, they can move up.
All right. What are your goals with this track or with racing in general? I mean, Martin, you're going to keep at it, right?
For a while, anyway.
Hey, you
Another
haven't
couple
convinced
years.
your wife to join you yet?
No. She won't even come out and watch.
Probably scares her
A
a
little
little
bit.
bit. Yeah. And you are actually the track operator. So let me ask you about your personal goals and your
Okay.
son's goals first. Where do you guys see yourself going in this, in BMX?
We're going to stay in this sport as long as we can, obviously as long as the kids are into it and it's fun for them. But our goals as a family is to provide the other families that come to the track that are currently there or the new families the same experience and opportunity that we have. And that's just spend time with our kids and families out there.
So it's very much a giving back. I mean, you got dragged along because of the kids, and now you're running the track and welcoming other families.
Absolutely.
So while it's kind of a club, it's a very open.
It's very open. It's a volunteer-based organization, and we never turn away help. People come and go, so it's open. We show people the ropes if they want to come out and give a hand. We'll show them how to work on the track, run concessions, be a corner marshal, be scorers. So all help is needed and appreciated.
Okay. All right. And you think this sport is still a growing sport?
Absolutely, it is. The numbers show the USA BMX is the sanctioned body, and their numbers can back up the growth of the sport over the years.
Well, especially if it's if the parents and grandparents are
Sure.
getting involved when new kids get involved. It's a little bit exponential because it's not just the next generation; it's all the people they bring with them.
Right, right.
So you have, but people should check your website probably and
Yes.
see what
Oh, yes.
events are coming up.
Absolutely. We always keep our website updated with the current events and upcoming schedules. There's also the points are maintained on the site and how to get
So you
into
can
BMX
see
racing.
who's
Correct.
ahead. Right,
Yep.
right.
And you can also find out how to get into BMX racing.
Okay.
That's on the site as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I have learned a lot because I really did think this is a kid sport. So seeing
Gotcha.
you guys here has changed my impression,
Well, good.
and I'd love to come out for a race sometime.
Absolutely. Love to have you out.
And good luck to both of you and
Thanks.
to your sons
Thank you.
as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned a little bit about BMX, and we'll come out to Gosnolds for one of the races. Thanks.